Work for you?
Works for me.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and get it going. I'm already recording, so normally I try and record early so that we can get something stupid to put at the beginning of them. But anyway, all right. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Tiger Talks. Today joining me is Fitz Robertson. Fitz, welcome to the show.
Marshall, nice to have you, brother.
How are you, man?
Fantastic. How about yourself?
Good. Can you introduce yourself to the people? Maybe who you are, where you're from, when you graduated from Hampden-Sydney, what you studied, what you were involved in, and ultimately why you chose to come to the school.
Perfect. So again, name is Fitz Robertson, Hampden-Sydney, graduate of 2009. I'm originally from New York City. While at Hampden-Sydney, I was involved with a number of things. Was student body president, was captain of the basketball team. In addition, was head RA. Kind of threw myself in everything and just had some fun, met some great people, and just tore it up.
That's awesome. And for those who are watching, I feel like it's worth saying that my freshman year, I ran for student court and had a devastating loss. I lost by 3 votes. And I remember the email coming out, I think from you. And you're like, hey guys, here are the results. And then I got a phone call from you and you're like, hey man, do you want to be an investigator or an advisor? And I was like, yeah, I don't know what that means, but throw me in. And so I definitely appreciated that moment.
Trusted you and valued you since day one, and you're a dear friend and, brother for life. So that's what we do for our Sydney brothers.
Absolutely. Well, can you tell me a little bit about why you ultimately wound up at Hampden-Sydney? What's your story as far as how you got there?
So I had no interest in an all-male school in the middle of nowhere, being from New York City. And I believe in fate, and I believe in good quality people. So while in high school, I ran into an individual that told me about, just talked about school, and I was telling him, I'm looking at a couple Ivy League schools, I'm looking at schools that are not all male, that are not in a town called Farmville, that don't send me literature with cows on it. And I was like, that's never gonna happen. And he told me, he was like, he had a nice southern drawl. He was like, boy, I think you should stop here. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, I'm on the board of trustees at Hampden-Sydney, and don't talk about my school like that. And I was like, wow, this guy feels really strongly about this. Right. And he was like, you should check it out, and I promise you you're gonna love it. So the last week of school for Hampden-Sydney, I went down for a visit and worked out with the basketball team, got to hang out with Jason Ferguson, who's on the admissions staff. Yep. Spent a lot of time with just everyone, and absolutely adored the school. Played ball, loved the team, loved what the school had to bring. Beautiful campus, and I felt like it was a place that would allow me to be the best version of myself, and a place that would pull me out of any shell I would have, because you can't hide. And it honestly just changed my life. So I am forever grateful that I attended Hampden-Sydney.
That's awesome, man. Good deal. So you're just over, I guess, 10 years now since you graduated. What's that time been filled with? What are you up to these days?
So I've been with JP Morgan for about 9 years now. And I do investor relations, business development on our JP Morgan asset management side, but focused on the 4 largest clients that we have. It's been great. So I've been JP Morgan, New York, London, Hong Kong, China, Japan, and it all has been because of Hampden-Sydney alum. He gave me a call when I was fresh out of college, and he said, hey, I think you should look at JP Morgan. I'll put in a referral. He put in a referral, and it felt like it's been a wonderful opportunity to grow, to see the world. And the only reason it happened was because of a Hampden-Sydney alum. So I think it's a special place where we look out for each other, we take care of each other, and it doesn't just stop when you're in the school. It doesn't stop when you leave the school. This is a life thing, right? And I've realized that because throughout my experiences, I stay close to my Hampden-Sydney family, and we help pull each other up and give each other opportunities, professionally, personally. But it's a real, I think it's a real family.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's funny, I've been doing a few of these, and it's crazy to me how much overlap. You know, I'm not like, I don't feel like I'm scripting anyone to say anything one way or another, and everybody just keeps saying the same stuff. And I think that's super cool. How has, what's that?
Just the way you roll in Hampden-Sydney, you know, just take care of our own.
What was your experience like with the curriculum, you know, kind of that classical liberal arts model, and how has that fit into what you've done, you know, with your career? And you went to grad school, right, too?
Yeah, I went to Columbia for my MBA.
Okay, yeah, like do you feel like you were set up in an advantageous spot to go there?
Yeah, so I would say around Columbia, I felt like I was definitely set up to go there. I think the curriculum, liberal arts curriculum, I probably wrote better than 90% of the individuals. I think I was a much better orator. In addition, I think our economic and finance courses treated me really well. So I felt like I was ready to rock. I didn't have any concerns, and I felt like I was ready for the real world. So I got, as I mentioned, went to JP Morgan, and I think it definitely prepared me to like do the work really quickly, efficiently, impress people. And then it also prepared me to honestly just talk to people. And a lot of these places, it's really about how you communicating to older individuals, younger individuals. And I think Hampden-Sydney did it right. I think I'd say the rhetoric courses were phenomenal. And I felt like I couldn't write to save my life before coming to Hampden-Sydney. So it changed my perspective, and I think it's probably my strong suit. I personally believe like it's the full package, man. Like I wouldn't change anything about it. I think academically, socially, spiritually, that place is just phenomenal in every way. And I was blessed to go there. Anyone else that has the opportunity would be far beyond blessed to go there, because I know we're only getting better and better.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely. I feel like we've become much more of a 21st century education, even since you and I were there. You know, a lot of the advancements that we've made have definitely had a pretty big impact on the guys who are there currently. You went to an all-male high school, is that right?
I did. I went to all-male prep school for 2 years.
Okay. You know, I feel like we have a fair amount of guys who have had that experience, and they're either in one of two camps. They think they want to continue that because they see the value in it. And on the other hand, they say, man, the last thing I want to do is keep hanging out with a bunch of guys. Can you talk a little bit about that brotherhood and maybe the all-male experience and what it was like for you, both at school and now as an alumnus?
Yeah. So I would say, I'm going to make one thing clear to all of you that are concerned. Don't worry about not being around women. There will be plenty of women, and you're going to be fighting them off you, right? Just telling you that now. Don't worry.
We're going to quote that. You're going to be fighting them off you.
Don't worry about it at all. And if you need to talk about it, just give me a shout. We'll talk about it. But I think what I would say from an academic perspective, I think the environment is perfect, right? Imagine being in a classroom where you're just focused on your schoolwork, right? You're not thinking about what you look like, the girl next to you, whatever. You're solely focused on your schoolwork. You're able to be the best version of yourself, get the most out of it. And you're able to be vulnerable. Like you're around your brothers and you talk about deep things and feelings and, you know, how you want to change the world. And like you get deep and there's no judgment, because that's just not how we work. At Hampden-Sydney. So I think from an environment perspective and in the classroom, I wouldn't change anything else. Like I plan on sending my kids to single-sex schools, because I think just the level of focus that you can have in those institutions. Mm-hmm. And I would say, like, I went from a social standpoint, but as I mentioned before, there are so many women that come up at night, on the weekends, some stay, they probably shouldn't, like, whatever happens, like, but there's so many that are around socially. And also the faculty is, you know, full of very astute loving women. So you'll get to understand, you'll get the connection from a motherly standpoint, from a sister standpoint, from a relationship standpoint. So I wouldn't worry about like the not having female interaction, because you'll get a lot of that. But I think it makes you the best version of yourself. You're able to be more introspective, able to just like really focus on academics. And from a brotherhood standpoint, it's nothing like, you know, really going deep and working hard with your brothers and your teammates and whatever, and you're just like full on all the time, you know, full being yourself. It's nothing like that. And I think a single-sex school, not a single-sex school, but Hampden-Sydney allows you to be the best version of yourself, and I think it pulls the best version of yourself out of you.
Yeah, man, I couldn't agree more. I don't think I've had anyone talk about their experience as a student athlete on this little series that we're doing. Can you talk a little bit about what that balance was like? You know, playing basketball, being a captain on the team, and still balancing our rigorous academics?
Yeah. I would say it was tough at first, okay, but because of the Hampden-Sydney Academic Center, it became so much smoother. So because of the basketball team, coach at that point in time said, you know, you guys should go, a couple weeks in, said, I know you're struggling with the balance of it all. Go see someone in the academic center. Went there, they literally laid out a schedule for me from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. I had time blocks of half an hour, and it worked out well because it prepared me for life in general, just like having a structured schedule. It wasn't that hard, right? Like I think what happens is that you focus a lot early on. You played a lot of ball, play a lot of basketball, eat, study. You know, you just figure out how to build it into your daily cadence. And I think, I don't know, it's a lot of fun. Like it's a lot of fun. So if you're interested in playing any sport, you get really deep with your teammates, really deep with the majority of school. The travel schedule could be intense, but I think when you think about Division III sports, I think we do it at probably like the highest level from what I've seen. And we have a lot of support from alum, the gear that you get, the experience, like you're loved, right? And I know we put the love on you as alum, as an institution. And I know I love that experience, and I valued it so much. Because I think you want to be in a place where you're loved 100% in every environment. You're working hard on the court, you're working hard in the classroom, you're working hard, you know, in extracurricular things, and people appreciate it. But from a balance standpoint, like, don't worry about it, because people on campus, alum, will help you set it all up, will help you be prepared, will help you prep for job interviews, will help you prep for real life. You know, once it's a family, so like, we got your back, 100%.
Awesome. Do you have anything else for anyone who's watching? Any words of advice? Maybe a favorite story from your time on the Hill that you want to share?
So I have some advice. Okay. I would say I know that people have been concerned around taking out loans and such for schooling. I would say that I wouldn't do anything different. I had loans from Hampden-Sydney, sizable loans. Yeah. And when you think about it, at the end of the day, it's an investment, right? Like you want to invest in a school that's heavily invested in you, that's putting it on the line, that has a great alum, that gets you the jobs that you want and gets you the job that you at a high level. And Hampden-Sydney does that. I think if you look at it from some periodical that I saw, we were ranked, you know, top 3 in CEOs per student graduate. And so we do that. Hampden does that at a really good level. We put out great young men that like change the world, that run companies, that do their thing. So when you think about loans and how like full rides and all that, think about it as an investment, right? You put in a little investment, and you know, when you get out of school, if you go into finance, you get a big check, and that investment is paid off quickly, right? And a lot of guys at Hampden-Sydney, including myself, have done that. So look at it as an investment. Don't worry about if you have a little bit of a loan. If you put in the work, you connect with alum, Hampden-Sydney will take care of you, and it's going to pay tremendous dividends on the outside.
Yep, absolutely. Cool, man. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time to chat with me. Stay safe up there in the city. I know it's a little bit crazy right now. And go Tigers.
Yeah, go Tigers!
All right.
Thanks, Marshall.
Yeah, man.